6, a helping hand with your land.
Neil from Essex here. I came out here today and sat on this wet tractor seat to do your 3-Minute Thursday. So today we're going to have a short conversation about gray market tractors while I sit here and this water slowly soaks into my pants. So if you've never heard the term gray market before, what it is tractors and equipment that come in from overseas that were built for another market other than the United States. Could be absolutely any market. Happens with all kinds of equipment, compact tractors, farm equipment, forage harvesters, ag machinery, you name it. A lot of used pieces are often brought in from overseas. We're going to have a lot of different concerns about that and a lot of misunderstandings around people out there. So we're going to go through a couple bullet points here on gray market and see if maybe we can correct some misconceptions that you may have. So first and foremost, the legality of owning gray market equipment. There is absolutely nothing illegal about you as an individual owning a piece of gray market machinery. What is illegal is importing things from overseas and reselling them again, and that's illegal for a couple of different reasons. There would be some EPA concerns in there if you're dealing with emissionized equipment, but also trademark issues. Every one of these major manufacturers has trademark concerns on things brought in from markets that don't really belong here. These manufacturers have those concerns for a lot of different reasons. Many of us would immediately assume, oh, it's because they're trying to keep things expensive or something like that. And I actually never really seen that being the case. Most of the concerns that they would have are largely going to be safety related. If you go through tractors that are made for other markets, sometimes they're made for completely different applications. So take compact tractors and rice paddies, for instance. You know, in Asian markets where they're running frequently small tractors in those applications, they don't have a lot of the safety equipment that we have on our machines, and for very good reasons. A tractor that runs in a rice paddy is working in a completely flat environment all the time, so there's no need for a roll bar, and typically is going to have a 3-point rototiller on the back of the tractor for its entire lifetime, so there's no need for some of the shielding and stuff that we would have on our tractors where we're switching implements back and forth frequently. So in our litigious society, unfortunately people is willing to sue each other is what they are. That's a real concern when equipment is brought in with a lot of the safety equipment that we would expect. So this is a good example here of a gray market tractor. This is a New Holland that happened to be in for service here right now. It is actually a Fiat Agri version of this tractor. So Fiat, being New Holland's parent company in Italy, sells machines with Fiat's name attached to them. And you see this interesting brown color to it, something you never really see stateside. These tractors are going to have some small differences in them compared to what we'd have here in the US. So when you go through and you look at things like the 3-point hitch arms, Europe uses different kinds of hitches and different kinds of drawbars than what a lot of our tractors do here in the US. So a lot of guys when they import machines will choose to take those off and replace them with US based pieces that we're used to using. But that's one area that you're going to notice some clear differences between European models and what we'd have here in the US. So as far as our experience goes with gray market tractors, we've actually seen quite a few of them. There's a lot more gray market equipment in the marketplace than you might guess. We've had quite mixed results though, some good and some bad. We have had some equipment where we've been successfully able to cross over to a US model number and get parts, or take our service laptops and be able to hook up to the electronics successfully and have everything work. So there's been some good stories, but on the flip side, there's also been some negative ones as well. There's been some other excavators and tractors and those kinds of things where we've not been able to cross that foreign model number into a US equivalent in order to be able to find parts. And so that's one area that we've not had great service. So from a dealership perspective, it's not that us as a dealer is unwilling or unable to work on gray market equipment. We're just not necessarily able to do it with a whole lot of confidence that we can provide you the same kind of good, expected, knowledgeable support that we can with equipment and machinery that's made for our market. Particularly when it comes into the model numbers of the other machines. There is no chart that says this is the model number in Japan and this is the model number in the US, or this is the model number in England and this is what you would have here. Those charts don't exist to go back and forth. Manufacturers don't make it easy for us in that way. And so we often have a very hard time knowing, if you come in here with a gray market model number, what it is that you're talking about. So Can we help? Yes. Would we ever encourage somebody to really own one of these pieces of equipment? I guess it depends on who you are. Market values are definitely not as high. Support for them definitely is not as good. And so if you're looking at a machine that you're going to depend on daily, I would tread carefully. But if you're looking at a piece that already is here in the used market and you can really save some good money on it, and it's not something you're going to rely on it and you're willing to take the risk, just know what you're buying. It might actually be something worth considering. So if you need any parts support for your machines, you're looking for one to purchase, or you have any service issues we can help you with, give us a call at Messick's, 800-222-3373, or online at Messick's.com.